talk about something that we're rolling out, which is the Carbon Literacy Programme.
Yes.
That is delivering training for teachers, youth leaders, and it's going to have other...
Include politicians in that.
Well, we have, and you can see we've actually asked that the NI Assembly, and it could be other politicians, undertake that training. But it's what young people have been asking for. They want to know the truth about climate change, want to know the facts, the science, and then be empowered to then, when they go into jobs and decision making, understand what they're talking about.
Yeah.
So how do we get that? If we said there's a climate emergency, how do we get that reaction that, as was agreed in COP15 at Paris, that we would have climate education, and we still haven't?
Yeah.
How do we change that? Is there anything that the city, as a role a city can play in terms of, like, your support of eco-schools?
Absolutely. Well, eco-schools is one. What I've realised is we know what the science is and we know what the solutions are. It's just that gap between getting people to buy into the policy. And I think how you do that is by personalising it. It is, as Lord Mayor, I've been doing a monthly environmental challenge. So I've been cycling to City Hall. I've been learning about fast fashion and the impact of that. And I think being open about not knowing is really important, and seeing leaders being open about that, saying, okay, well, I know there's a carbon footprint associated to my food, but I'm not that well informed and I'm going to educate myself. I think sometimes there's that barrier, and it's why programs like yours are so important, because it allows people to be honest about how little or much they know and how we collectively go forward together.
I think the disconnect is where young people can't study climate change in schools.
Yes.
Because it doesn't pop up except in one subject at Key Stage 3.
Yeah.
So you can go through your career, and if you don't study geography, and even if you study geography, a teacher doesn't have to teach climate change. So it's a difficult one because they're not trained in it.
Yes.
So
they're getting their information on social media. So it's up to
anxiety.
So much anxiety, which is why I think, we're doing great work with our climate unit, and we've got a sustainability board, but I think how we do bring that messaging online to young people is crucial. Going into schools like you're doing is so important, but also how all organisations think about how they translate that onto mediums that young people are using.
Is there a role there for the Youth Forum and the Climate Commission?
Absolutely. I mean, we had a youth summit recently, and they're playing a very active role. And I mean, it's not just the youth forum. I went into schools last month, the whole way through the month to different schools. I had 8-year-olds grilling me about what investment we were putting into solar panels. They're so informed, and we all need to just up our game.
And then on the transport, Belfast City, is obviously the biggest city in Northern Ireland. Multiples of its population in the daytime when people are travelling in. Still, I think mostly on the car, car.
Yeah.
What would you like to see change in the centre of Belfast?
Personally, I want to see the whole of the city centre pedestrianised. I think we need to just make that commitment and work towards it. I'd love to see cyclable, walkable networks throughout the city, and there's no reason why we shouldn't. Amsterdam didn't become a cycling city overnight. We planned for it, We have to take tough decisions. I think in planning we're doing it. There's an increase in car clubs, which are coming in through the planning committees, reducing car parks. We have to end the dominance of the car. It's such a blight on the city and on our environment. So I think taking brave decisions when you are approving planning permissions, not having a million car parks, looking at how there's more cycling infrastructure. Collectively, we have a lot that we need to do.
And do you think, because there's obviously a lot of politicians, I would guess, would be concerned, but if I make that decision to, let's say, pedestrianise the centre of Belfast, there's so many people who will say, be up in arms about not being able to bring their car in. Do you think that would be kind of like a turkey voting for Christmas?
Maybe, but your job as a politician is to bring people along, and if you're swayed that much, then you probably don't have enough integrity to be in it. We're in a climate emergency. We know that not only is it better for our planet, but it's better for our well-being. I started cycling as Lord Mayor, and to be honest, I didn't really enjoy it. It's very stressful, but it's better for me. It's better for the planet. We just need to change, and the people who drive that change are the politicians, and they have to be brave.
So you're back to education in terms of you're saying bringing people along. They need to have the right information to understand why you're making a decision that then they can understand it's the right thing.
And we need to incentivize and make it easier for people to make the right choices. If it's cheaper for you to drive into the city centre, then obviously you're going to drive.
Is at the moment.
Yeah, so you can't just suddenly stop all cars. You have to make sure that transport is subsidized and that people who are on the lowest incomes aren't going to suffer more as a result. You need to make those choices easier so people are making the right choice, and that's where the leadership comes in as well.